Hello class, let us continue with chapter 3, that is food and health. In our previous class we have discussed about different lifestyle disease. Today we will be discussing about deficiency disease. Okay, first let us understand what is deficiency disease. Now the deficiency disease, it's a disease caused because of lack of certain nutrients in our diet. Okay, because of lack of certain nutrients. So if you don't take a balanced diet, okay, it might lead to certain disease. So that disease is referred to as deficiency disease. That's why we should always have a balanced diet. Our diet should consist of all the different nutrients in a proper amount. Okay, so we will be discussing about we will be discussing about 7 major types of deficiency disease in detail. Okay, those are your kwashiorkor, marasmus, rickets, beriberi, night blindness, scurvy and goiter in detail. Okay class, now let's start discussing about deficiency disease. The first one that we will be discussing is your kwashiorkor. Now look at the picture of a baby that's given alongside. What are the striking feature? Can you see? Look at his belly. How is his belly? It's swollen, right? It's protruding outward. Look at his feet and ankles. Can you see the swollen one? Yes. So in kwashiorkor, these are the striking features or symptoms that is visible. Okay, other than this, they have the thinning of hair fall takes place. Okay, skin easily wears out, the growth is reduced, and since immunity is very weak, so they are prone to frequent infections. Okay, so those are the symptoms. So how is it caused? It is caused because of deficiency of proteins and carbohydrate in your diet. So what should you do in order to correct this disease? In your diet you should include more of carbohydrates and proteins. Okay, now next we will be discussing about marasmus. Okay, now look at the picture given alongside. The symptoms are similar to that of a kwashiorkor. Okay, you can see the ribs visible from outside, right? Because the muscle development is very poor in case of child who suffers from marasmus. Okay, and he is lethargic, he does not have much energy. Okay, he's extremely thin. That's why you can see the ribs protruding outward. His skin and legs are really thin. Okay, so those are the symptoms. How is it caused? Marasmus is also caused because of a deficiency in protein. Okay, so for correction, what should you do? Prevention. For prevention, you should include more of protein containing food in your diet. Okay, now next one is your night blindness. Now what happens in night blindness? What are the symptoms? You are not able to see the objects in dark or in poor light. Okay, now how is it caused? This is caused because of lack of vitamin A in your diet. So what should you do in order to prevent this disease? In order to prevent this disease, you should eat food which are rich in vitamin A. So what are those foods? Those foods are carrots, green leafy vegetables, pumpkin, papaya, mango and milk. All these food are rich in vitamin A. So you should include this food in your diets. Okay, now next one is your rickets. Okay, what are the symptoms of ricket? Pigeon chest. That means chest is protruding outward. Okay, and look at the leg of this picture. Look at the picture. Can you see the leg? How is it? It's called bowed legs. Okay, it's slightly curved. Okay, you can see it's bit curved. Okay, so that is referred to as bowed legs. Okay, so those are the symptoms of a person suffering from rickets. How is it caused? It is caused because of deficiency of lack of vitamin D in your diet. Your diet is not containing vitamin D, because of which this particular disease is caused. Now how can you prevent it? You can prevent it by taking food which are rich in vitamin D, such as drinking milk, eating dairy products, okay, and sun basking also, because sun rays help in making vitamin D, okay. So this is how you can prevent rickets from okay. Now next one is just scurvy. Now look at the picture. What can you see? The gums are swollen. In this case you have a bleeding gums also. Those are the symptoms, okay. And wounds take longer to heal, okay. But the main symptoms are your swollen gums and bleeding of a gums takes place when you suffer from scurvy. So how is it caused? It is caused because of lack of vitamin C in your diet. Now how can you prevent it? Include more of citrus food in your diet, okay, such as orange, lemon, tomato, all these are citrus food. So you include more of these. Gooseberry, okay, fruits such as grapes, guava, kiwi and strawberries are rich in vitamin C. So it can help in, if you include more of this food, it can prevent disease such as scurvy, okay, because it is caused because of the lack of vitamin C in your diet. Now next one is your beriberi, okay. The symptoms are you have weak muscles and nerves, okay. Person gets cramps and is easily tired, okay. He cannot exercise or walk for a longer period of time, okay. He easily gets cramps, and that's the symptoms. Now how is it caused? It is caused because of vitamin D, lack of vitamin D in your diet, okay. So how can you prevent it? You can prevent it by eating more of sprouts, cereals, unpolished rice, milk, nuts and meat. You should include all this food in your diet in order to prevent beriberi. So all this was about deficiency disease. You can see by going through all these diseases, what could you find out? You could find out that this particular diseases were caused because of lack of certain nutrients in your diet, okay. And the correct preventing method is also by including those lacking nutrients in your diet, okay. So you will be going through all these different types of diseases, their symptoms, what are the reason behind this disease, that means cause of the disease, and preventing method, how can you prevent it, okay. Okay, so goiter. Have you ever seen people with a swollen neck? That means this portion of that particular region is swollen. It looks like a ball in front of the neck, okay. Have you seen that? So that particular that's a symptom of goiter, okay. Now how is it caused? It is caused because of lack of iodine in the diet, okay. Now how can you prevent it? Obviously by including iodine. So how can you include iodine in your diet? By taking iodized salt, okay, seafood, fish, all these helps in including iodine in your diet. Okay, so next topic is food adulteration. What do you mean by food adulteration? Food adulteration means adding unwanted substance to the food in order to increase the quantity by a shopkeeper or any other person, okay, in order to gain more profit. If he is adding unwanted substance to the food, okay, that is referred to as food adulteration, and that unwanted substance is known as adulterant. Adulterant is an unwanted substance added, okay, in order to increase the quantity of a food. Now let us take the example, okay. Have you ever heard your mom saying that the quality of this milk is not good? It seems like milkman has added some more amount of water to it. Have you ever heard her saying? Yes. So what is milkman doing to the milk? He is adding water to it. Why is he adding water? In order to increase the quantity of the milk and thus gaining more profit to the thing that he is selling. But while adding water to the milk, what is he doing? He is decreasing the quality of milk that he is selling, okay. So that's one of the example, okay. Sometimes your mother before cooking rice doesn't see selects out the unwanted pebbles or stone present in the milk and removes it out? Yes, she does those things, right? Now why do you think what is that? So those stones and those pebbles were added sometimes intentionally in order to increase the quantity of the rice that the person was selling. Okay, that was one example. Another example, you all eat tomato ketchup, right? Now tomato ketchup is supposed to be made up of tomatoes, but sometimes in order to increase the quantity of tomato ketchup, instead of adding a tomato to it, they even use pumpkin's pulp. Okay, they use pumpkin in order to make a tomato ketchup. Now in that way, what are they doing? They are decreasing the quality of that particular food items. Okay, now other than this, sometimes they even add harmful chemical substances to the food. Okay, like adding harmful in chili powder, while making out a chili powder, adding certain chemicals which resembles similar to that of a chili powder. Okay, like making a powder out of a brick and adding to it. All those things if added to the food, it's going to harm our body, right? So these all are the examples of food adulteration. Food adulteration means adding unwanted substance to the food that we are regularly consuming in order to increase the quantity, thereby decreasing the quality of the food that they are supplying. That's known as food adulteration. So that's all about chapter 3, that is food and health. Okay, now I will be supporting you with the question and answer that's given in your exercise in your next class. Thank you.